What's up, y'all? It's the world famous.
You're listening to The Darren Greene Show.
Right here.
Welcome. I'm your host, Darren Greene.
And I'm Prince Derek Dahl.
And you are watching The Darren Greene Show.
Yes.
Be sure to hit that subscribe button and give us a rate review if you can. And as always, follow me at TDGS Media on Instagram and Twitter. And be sure to subscribe to the YouTube page. Look, I know if you want us to get right to the point and not listen to the full duration of the show, you can definitely watch my videos on YouTube. Big ups to my YouTube listeners because we have grown. Like, there was a couple of episodes that did a lot in numbers.
Wow.
This week, and can't wait to see what it does next week. And you know, we're happy for it. I see we got 2 viewers in. Go ahead, give us a little. Go ahead, comment whatever you think.
Give us a share.
Give us a little share, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because we're finally live. Now, last week, I'm going to apologize because look, we had some technical difficulties last week. You could not hear us.
We tried.
It shows
okay.
For real. Like I didn't have the whole time. It was on mute.
You're testing something out new.
Yeah,
and we got it design, and we got closed captions, so for people who don't even want to listen, they can read what we're saying.
We got the closed caption, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I need you heard us, right?
I heard us.
Okay, thank God.
I heard the intro. I heard it all.
Okay, good. You can hear us. All right, good. So how was your week?
My week was good. I can't complain. It is
what you was doing
what grown people do. Just enjoy my
don't do that.
I enjoyed my week.
I'm a grown person. I ain't got to tell you what I'm doing.
Well, no, so what did I do this week? I had a what did I do this week, Darren?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I hosted I moderated a conversation for Bloomfield College with Show Your Colors called Is It a Choice? That was on Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, I was on there.
Right, and we'll probably talk about that later in the show. But for the rest of the week, I've literally just kind of been working on preparing for this release of Bang, a little promo song that's coming and dropping on next Friday. So I've really been just researching, putting things together for that. I'm kind of excited about it. I still haven't found my Halloween costume yet.
Child, I was gonna be a damn Twilight vampire. I was watching the whole series of Twilight, and I'm like, yo, I can really get some red eye contacts, get some like vampire teeth, and then just wear regular clothes because that's what they wore.
Regular clothes for you is gonna be a hoodie and some jeans. That's what you're gonna be wearing.
Don't see. He be trying to play me every time.
I ain't trying to play you. The people can see you now, so they'll see for themselves.
I'm gonna wear something nice. Like, damn, what is you even doing for Halloween? I thought you was gonna be laid up with your.
No, I haven't decided what I'm gonna be doing for Halloween. I have a friend that's having a party in Brooklyn. And then I have another friend who is hosting like a Halloween housewarming party.
Okay.
In Jersey. So I don't know yet. Like I said, I haven't picked out a costume. I haven't really made any solid plans.
Right.
I don't know. I just wasn't as excited about Halloween this year as I was last year.
Because we're gonna be in quarantine. It's the Halloween quarantine, child.
Yeah, it's craziness. Everybody gonna be in mask. I don't know if the clubs are gonna be open or like the bars and stuff like that. So it's just like
last year was so fun.
We had a great time.
I had a great time, child. We went to that club. That club what was that club called again?
I forget. I was drunk.
Well, I know one of them was two of them. One was called the Boom Boom Room. I remember that.
Boom Boom Room is next to LeBain.
And they're closed right now. Yeah, LeBain.
It was LeBain and Boom Boom Room are next to each other. And we went somewhere else though, didn't we? That was the only club we went to. No, we walked around.
We walked around, honey. We was drinking Bacardi on the street, honey. Yes, we was driving.
Not you just in car. No, I don't know what he's talking about.
Don't do that. No, not you trying to act new because we live, honey.
You just admitted that we were committing a crime.
Oh, you can't do that in New York? I thought you can drink. Now you can't. I know you can't do that in PA. Because you can't be publicly intoxicated, but like New York,
you just implicated me in a crime. I don't know what you're talking about.
What?
That wasn't me,
honey. The feds is watching.
Wasn't me. I was already drunk when I got there.
Nah, I was already drunk.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I was drunk when I got there. I don't know.
Well, we're gonna get drunk tomorrow, honey.
Period.
Because I got invited to one of my good friends, Twyla. She was on the show a couple episodes actually, and she invited me to her little birthday party. She's having a little Airbnb birthday situation at 8.
I'm gonna go get me an outfit in the morning.
You gonna get you one?
I have another I'm doing another panel tomorrow with
Oh.
Newark Globe Shapers,
Mm-hmm.
I think, and that's gonna be a nice talk. You should probably tune in. I'm gonna see the link.
Okay.
We're gonna be talking about centering all Black lives in the revolution,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna talk about queer heroes and all that good stuff. So, yeah, and then after I get done with that, we'll have a house meeting, and then I'm gonna try to go get me a little quick outfit for the party, so I can be fresh and new and stuff.
Now you said you could hear us?
I can. You want to hear it?
Okay, yeah. You
didn't hear yourself?
I mean, hello.
All right, here we go.
Oh, we heard that, but like, my bad. We going through some technical difficulties.
It's not. It's gonna catch up.
Okay,
we're live. I tried to.
I don't know why mine ain't working. Shit. Okay, because it had the little X in the box
for the sound.
Yeah,
I didn't even cut your sound on.
Or maybe because I'm connected to the phone. Okay,
that too.
Anyway, well, we're back on. Anyway, yeah. So that's what I was working. I was doing a lot of class work. Oh my God, I'm so behind on this damn homework because it's just getting. Well, I got my progress report back. I'm passing everything. Could work on my math grade, but everything else is fine. So we are doing good here.
Y'all get progress reports?
Yes, honey. This is still school.
I haven't heard about a progress report since middle school.
Don't do.
Wait, so your progress report? That's like your midterm grades?
The midterm grades, yeah. Basically.
Okay, I'm like,
well, that's what it said on the email thing. It said progress report.
Okay, I get it. I mean, I get the premise, but I'm like, a progress report. How's your conduct?
It's good. Not conduct. Don't do. Have I been?
Are you behaving yourself in these people's classrooms?
Child.
So maybe take off another day of work to come whoop your ass up here.
Don't try to. People. You can't sun me, honey.
That's what they're gonna be doing. I mean, a progress report. That's what. How are your grades?
My grades is fine.
All right.
Okay, because I don't know. My mom listened to the child. We doing good. Okay. So
very good.
Did you hear?
We're going into hot topics.
We're going into hot topics, but did you hear about this damn JD versus Tay? The OnlyFans.
Hashtag only fights.
That's you put that on there?
I did. I did.
Not hashtag only fights. Here's my response to this whole situation.
You got to know when to hold up, know when to fold up, know when to walk away, and know when to run. You never count your.
Lord.
That message is for JD. You gotta calm down.
Why he gotta calm down?
Child, you seen the two fights? Did you see the second one?
I saw both.
I saw
both of them.
Okay, you seen the first one, honey. You got pinned one time, you got pinned 2 times, girl, and you still talking on Twitter, girl. What's going on? They were going back and forth because I was on my Twitter, whatever. They was going back and forth all last night.
Still, look, I'm with all of the drama.
Let
me go see.
And Tay looked like he don't play. He'll look like he don't play around.
Okay.
Child, I'd be like, I would not want to fight him, girl. I'd be like, look, let's talk it out. Let's talk it out.
He's very excitable from what I saw in the videos.
In the videos,
like in the videos that I saw, the footages. But I mean, I just think that
honey got down to his underwears to fight. I was like, girl, not you fighting in your panties, in your damn panties.
The girls do a lot, and I think that because they're in Atlanta, it just like it always comes back to a fight in Atlanta. It's like, damn,
so y'all really don't get along. And it was all because, well, apparently or whatever. I seen JD's side of the story. We was talking. That's what fueled the second fight. That I guess he asked JD asked, I guess, Rico for a scene.
Okay.
But it was like months ago, like in February or some shit.
Right.
And I guess they met up at the club or whatever. And you know how shit goes, he tried to ask for a scene. Ain't nobody want to fuck, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to fuck you and that and the third. So that's, one thing led to another, and that's when they fought the first time.
So Tay was fighting JD because they're best friends, right? Aren't Tay and Rico best friends?
Yeah, they best friend. Child, I heard Tay and Rico, honey, they and that dude with the dreads, they all
they're a throuple.
A throuple, honey.
From that video that I saw, I was like, they look like they know each other quite well.
Honey, we're in a polygamous relationship, honey.
Child, Tay wore Rico out in that video, but I was like, okay, best friend.
Rico always crying, child. You seen Cash had a response about it too.
Yes, I saw it. Didn't I play it for you? There was.
You did play it.
I did. I played. We were on the.
Ooh, let me blow my nose, child.
He just, it was all just gag worthy to me.
Oh my God.
I'm just like,
Mm-hmm.
y'all are all adults, but then again, they're like really young, and like it just seems like an extremely messy
Right.
situation.
Mm-hmm.
Extremely messy. But this is what Cash had to say.
You should have had it potted up.
Twitter, if you a nasty nigga, or if you a nasty bitch, if you like nasty shit, look at my neck.
Whoop, that's not what he
That's
said.
not the one, honey. You're gonna have these props. You're gonna get it right.
Oh, here it is. My bad.
Girl.
Let me say this.
Oh.
Just
He took it down.
He took it down?
How you gonna be messy and then take it down?
He got messy and then took it. That's what they do, honey. Because you know Rico was coming for us. Like he was showing receipts of him snorting and shit. I was like, damn, honey, yes,
cocaine.
Yeah, he was like with the little.
Well, let me go back to Rico Pruitt's page.
He was really coming for him. So I'm like,
we're gonna take all his.
And then Tay was like, oh, so do you want to fight? Like I was like, oh,
this is too much.
It's too much. Like I'm like, y'all doing too much right now. Y'all supposed to be, first of all, y'all supposed to be porn stars. Why? Well, I guess when you're not in the 1%ers no more, you gotta make drama.
They trying to get the Bad Boys Club popping apparently.
Oh, people will be watching that, child.
I'm not. I see stuff when I want to see it. I don't have any interest in watching them be birds.
Right, because they're gonna fight. They're gonna fight now, then fuck later.
Oh well, maybe that. I mean, if you had that, like, well, if that's part of the storyline, I don't know.
Look, I mean that's
changed things a little bit, but still, that's not the point. I just feel like at this particular point, like you go get your money, right? When you don't mess with people, you just don't mess with them. But it just seems like there's so much shit going on in the world, and y'all want to be out here fighting and sweating on people during Corona?
Not Corona, yeah.
Ain't no way.
You know somebody.
But in Atlanta,
y'all got to get away from me with that.
Atlanta, the clubs have been packed for the past few months, so I mean, they don't believe it's real. Apparently, so let them do what they're doing. They can fight and fuck all they want to.
Yo,
they can do that.
No win, no walk away.
I just want this to be done. Tomorrow, we shouldn't even hear about this anymore. Do better. Because that shit is. I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you.
Who was rooting for them, girl? Child,
I'm gonna send this to Rico now.
Send what to Rico?
The show link.
Not the show. Yo, y'all doing too much. Anyway, I wanted to talk about that for a little bit. It's not really a big topic. I just thought it was a little, for the gays in the room that know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Yes, and some of the straights too. Shout out to Shonda Rhimes. I feel like I get like I act a little different on live, girl. Shout out to Shonda Rhimes. She recently was in an interview with the Hollywood Reporter as she talked about her leaving ABC after 15 years, right? And it wasn't because of contract negotiations. It was actually because she ain't get no extra Disney ticket, right? She didn't get the extra all-exclusive Disneyland ticket.
Wait, what? Disneyland?
Right. Well, she works for ABC.
I know, and Disney owns ABC.
Mm-hmm. So
this is not a Disneyland ticket.
Let me get to it. She shared that in 2017, she asked for an additional all-inclusive pass at Disneyland, for her sister. Mm-hmm. And they said that, we never do this. And that she eventually got it, but when they got there, so she called some of the execs.
They got an old pass?
We don't normally do this.
Let me give you this one. This is old.
Let me give you this one, honey. Let's see if it goes through. So when she called them up, and reportedly, they said, "Don't you have enough?" And she said from there, that's when she left. So, and it's crazy because when you think about Shonda Rhimes, she's the person behind a lot of the shows like Grey's Anatomy, How to Get Away with Murder, Scandal, and a whole lot more, just to name a few. She recently reportedly linked a $300 million deal with Netflix. You get what I'm saying? So I love this. I love to watch ABC fumble the bag like they did. And for people that are saying that she was petty for doing that, I done did all this shit. You know what I'm saying? I done wrote for these shows, and these are great shows, by the way. And I gave you lots of money, so you damn right I'm gonna want a all exclusive Disneyland pass. Okay. So I was with her. Look, I don't know how you respond. How you feel about it?
What is my normal go-to when it's stuff that's like I won't say outlandish. I can see if it was like laced with racism or like anti-feminine, like if there was like an underlying issue besides the fact that I asked them for a Disneyland pass. They didn't want to give me one, but they gave me one when I got there. It didn't work. And when I asked them about it, they were tired of my shit. Because still at the end of the day, I'd have been like, baby girl, it's a Disneyland pass. You have millions of dollars. An all access pass costs you what, $200? Get off my phone. And I love Shonda Rhimes, but she would have had to get off my phone that day.
She would have had to get,
baby girl.
Honey, it's Petty LaBelle.
Baby girl, drop that coin.
Well,
get over yourself.
Well, here's my thing. I do feel that if you worked hard enough, you get what I'm saying. I didn't like I said, I done made all these shows for you, and I asked for an extra exclusive Disneyland pass. I should get that pass because I'm pretty sure everyone else probably.
But we gave you a pass. You have passes, but you want extra for your family members. We're not doing that. If she want to go to Disneyland, tell her to drop that coin.
I'll drop that coin.
This is Disneyland. This is not access to the White House. This is not a major event. This is not the Academy Awards and you asking for a ticket or a +1. Can I bring a guest to the after party? You're asking for an all-exclusive, all-inclusive pass to Disneyland. You're a multi-millionaire. Get off of my phone.
Well, I think also another element of the reason why she left was because his alleged response, don't you have enough? Like, what is that supposed to mean? Like,
that's exactly what he said. Don't you have enough? What I mean, what else do you want from me? Another pass? I understand that, but it's like having a kid, right? When you give them everything, or they, you give them what they earn, and they still want more, and you're just like, well, damn, if you give a mouse a cookie, they want a glass of milk. If you give them a glass of milk, they're gonna want you to read them a story.
You should have a one for more, though. I mean, it's
blanket, okay, well. And that's okay. And if I ask for more and you say no, then that's
no one questions a white person shit.
That's not true.
And I'm not even gonna play the race card.
Well, you can't because you don't have anything else to base that on. It wasn't like there was evidence provided that a white coworker or a white writer asked for extra pass and they gave it. They literally said, we never do this. We don't give extra passes. We don't do this. But they gave her one.
And it didn't work
because we don't never do this. I told you we don't do this. We don't do it. But now you're mad because we don't do it, but we did it for you, and now you still want some. Girl, get.
Sis knows her worth.
All right, her worth.
Well, I mean, look, she got the $300 million deal at Netflix, and
more than enough for her to buy passes for whoever she. Now she can buy all-inclusive passes for whoever she wants because now she can't say she can't afford it. Don't ask me for shit else free. Because you can afford it. What bothers me is when wealthy, doesn't matter, black, white, Asian, when wealthy people feel entitled to free shit, it bothers me. Because there are people who work hard every day, 40, 50, 60, sometimes 70 hours a week to provide for their families, keep roof over their heads. They still can't afford the type of entertainment for their families that you want for free, access to for free when you could pay for it. You could pay for it. You could pay for it.
All right. You got a point there.
I'm just saying, like, Shonda, girl, I would have never released this story. Don't tell nobody else this story. Shonda Rhimes, don't tell nobody else that you love. Please don't tell nobody else that you love ABC because they didn't give you a ticket to fucking see Mickey Mouse. Don't do that.
No, and I was a little surprised in the beginning. I was like, oh, it could have been some racist or something like that, but no, it was because of. I mean, I thought it was badass. I just thought it was badass because she's a really good writer. She's a real good asset to ABC. So, like I said, at the end of the day, ABC did fumble the bag though, because people are not watching television like they used to anymore. People are watching stuff on Netflix. People are watching like things that's online. Like
ABC has a mobile app, and I watched ABC last night.
What is on ABC?
Scandal. How to get away with murder. How to get away with murder. Things like that. Blackish.
I can watch all that shit on Netflix. Anybody watching it on television? Nobody watch television no more. I used to be so hopeful and was like, oh my God, I want to be on television so bad.
Killed the radio.
It doesn't matter anymore because you can be if you can make money on the internet, you don't need. There's a lot of people that do stuff on the internet. They don't even need to be on television no more. It's
That's
like the want is not even there anymore because people are not really watching it no more. There's gonna be a time television is gonna be like radio.
Well,
like it's always gonna be there, but it's
on
not
demand.
Gonna be
Everything is on demand now.
Yeah. So, well, good luck, ABC. Hope you find another great writer like Shonda Rhimes.
But she left in 2007. This is 3 years old. I'm saying, like, I didn't care then, but now this is the story. After 3 years, it was over a Disneyland ticket.
It was over a Disneyland.
I'm kind of disappointed. I really want there to be more. I wanted there to be.
You wanted it to be.
I want there to be somebody got groped or somebody called her a porch monkey or something like that. Like, give me something.
Right.
I left because they wouldn't give me a pass to Disneyland. I ain't gonna have it. Like what? Absolutely the fuck not.
Well,
run me my ticket.
Run me my ticket.
I can't. I cannot.
Shonda, run me my ticket. Rhymes. Honey, yeah.
Now, Shonda, run me my ticket. Rhymes.
Are we making live tweets? Like
I am.
Girl. Anyway, let's move on. So Tory Lanez. The never-ending story.
I may change that to my name actually on Twitter.
What?
Shonda, run me my ticket. Rhymes.
Oh, I made that. I don't have to trademark that. I don't know about that.
Anyway, back to
Sis did a whole fluff piece. So let's talk about it. As promised, Tory Lanez arrived back on Instagram for his quarantine radio, and he started to talk about the mysterious shooting incident in July that involved Meg Thee Stallion, and he also hinted that Meg wasn't being truthful on the account, and even said that they're still like friends, but even though they have like different views on stuff. Here's a little bit of what he had to say.
For those who don't know, for the last 3 months of my life, where I've been bashed, I've been cut through, just people every single day coming at me. She knows what happened. I know what happened. And we know that what you're saying and what the alleged things and the alleged accusations of my name are not true. It's falsified information. To me, as a person, she's still my friend. No matter what, even if she doesn't look at me like that, I look at her like she's still my friend. You see her out of the car, she's getting out of the car, she's hopping. It looks bad, bro. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I felt bad watching it because it made her look bad, and it didn't make her look good. It didn't make any of us look good. She posts a picture of her foot, and she posts this picture of her foot. There's no exit wound. There's a lot of inconsistencies in the story. And she says under the post, you see, I got shot in the back of my foot because when I was walking away from the car, she says she puts this in capital letters. She says, I was walking away from the car and I got shot in the back of my foot. She doesn't ever show the other foot that she claims she got shot in. And I'm not trying to, again, I hate that this is coming off like I'm trying to come for her and whatever cases, but this is what I'm having to endure and watch when I'm knowing certain facts. Bro, like, this is not me, and I don't deserve this. Like, I don't deserve to have to go through this. Like, I never have been somebody who's had domestic cases. I've never hit no woman. I've never had abusive cases with no woman. You can't pull those type of facts up on me. I don't have those.
I just want Meg Thee Stallion and Dream Doll to do a song together and just rip this nigga apart. Like, I mean,
so watching this, because I watched the whole thing, it was so crazy. Like, you lied so bad that I was watching this shit like, well, damn, was it him? Like, could it have been something? Like, I was really thinking, like, well, shit, like, damn, he's really like invested in believing that he didn't do it. I was like, damn, but reality sunk in. And I'm like, no, you're a fucking psychopath.
I mean, it could be. I mean, but like I said, I mean, we weren't there, and I would like to always be on the side of right, I guess, but at the same time, this is all just becoming too much. Like, I want to just release the tapes. Where's the third party? Right. Kelsey, what happened? Like, now it's like, Kelsey, what happened? Like, we got two sides here. I would hate for Meg to have been lying or to have fabricated or to, because I would hate for her to, at this point in her career, I would hate for her to lose public trust.
Yeah. I want to be another Jesse Smollett. But I also think that if he didn't do it, you need to say
who did it, and who did it. You know what I mean? And for this to be the who done it of her career already, like, you got a who done it. Like, that's an old person thing. We're gonna be trying to figure out for the rest of our lives who shot Meg.
Going Shotgate,
right?
Like, for real. Like this doesn't make any sense. I think people like, I don't know. Like and then the whole thing with the bullet wounds or whatever, like he did his research. He was like, oh, you can't photograph bullet wounds in the hospital, whatever. I'm like, okay.
Interesting concept. How you know you weren't there?
And then
at the hospital. He don't know.
He probably looked it up somewhere, some website.com or whatever. But my thing is this, like, you have like, so you're trying to insinuate, and as he was talking about, you're trying to insinuate she wasn't even shot at all. So what happened? Something did. So
what was it?
What was it? And who did it? Because it's the three y'all and God, like I've been saying.
Four of them. What did the security guard see? His security guard was there too.
That's what I'm saying. Like people need to start coming out because like
subpoena these folks.
Because eventually if people are gonna start not believing that it was Tory Lanez, then they're gonna look at other people. They're gonna look at Chelsea, they're gonna look at that.
Who shot her?
So
boom, who shot you? Sorry. I need
you to keep it together.
Sorry about that. But all this is a mess, and I guess because it's getting real for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, because it is getting real. Like he's gonna appear in court.
Yeah, 22 years is a long time. You better snitch. I feel like if he know the truth, he better start snitching now.
You better start snitching. Like
damn, it wasn't me. Kelsey shot that bitch because she was talking too loud.
Okay, it was you better snitch. Like
I'm sorry.
Look, because don't nobody want to be a 6'9".
Whatever. Well, I ain't going to jail for nobody. It's nothing. If I ain't do it, I ain't going to jail.
If I ain't do it, I ain't exactly.
And if I shot you, gonna know it, and so your family gonna know it as well. There won't be no equivocations. It was I shot him.
I shot him.
That was me. I did it. So good luck in the future for this case.
This was and I seen Meg's response to it. Like
their lawyers suck though, because they're talking so much about this case in public.
Who lawyer?
Like, both of them. Because if you had real lawyers, the lawyers would be like, listen, I know, let us handle your PR. You just shut the fuck up. Right?
Okay.
Like, just be quiet.
Because even with Meg, like, okay, y'all want to talk about this so bad, but you're not. Either say it all in the entirety, or shut the hell up.
Just
like,
shut up.
Shut up.
Shut up. Just shut up. Shut up. Shut it up. Just shut up. Shut up.
Now, you gotta remember this is a celebrity story too, so they have to perform. They have to perform.
Well, let them perform. Every time they talk, there needs to be a new single. This should be like a R. Kelly Trapped in the Closet saga. I feel like every time he go live, he should drop a track that night. I hate that he dropped the whole album. He just dropped one track. They're not even smart with it. Because if they were smart, they would be on a Lemonade / 444 moment right now.
Right.
Like Tory, you get your album.
Okay.
All right, Meg, you tell your side of the story.
You tell your side of the story, yeah.
And then every week, one of y'all go live and be like, well, actually, drop me a new song and be like, oh, damn, these bitches spitting right here. Like, this is what else happened that night? Right? Like, at least make it creative. Like,
right.
I mean, one of y'all got shot. One of y'all finna go to jail for a quarter of your life. Just
not for a quarter of your life.
You know, if it's gonna be entertaining, let it be entertaining. But this whole back and forth, like, I didn't do it, I don't deserve this, and then, well, I got shot and I ain't deserve it. Like, somebody deserves something in this situation. I mean, you're both losing out of the situation.
Yeah.
But like, I just want
people are really questioning Meg because it's like, because he must have really, he's a real good liar. Like, you know them liars that lie so good that they believe it. Either it's that or
sociopath. A sociopath, a narcissist.
Like, that is crazy. Like, it's like when I was watching this show, I was like, damn, like, what the fuck? Like, what did he do it? Like, I was thinking to myself, like,
it made you question yourself.
I was questioning myself, like, and I never want to say that Meg is lying because maybe she didn't know, maybe she was. I was thinking that. I was thinking it was
like, damn, you got shot from the back. How you know who shot you?
Well, maybe she didn't know, and she just assumed because it was his gun, or what, you know what I'm saying? So it's
maybe
like
she was drunk and her memory's
I think
foggy.
that at this point, both parties just need to shut up. Both parties need to stop talking about it. And I think Meg, she didn't make a response. The only thing she said was, this man is really crazy. And that's all she can say. That's all she should say. You know, she don't got to do another counter live and explain, because it's going to confuse the hell out of us even more. We are very confused.
Well, you're alive. That's my thing. Like, well, we're just glad that you're alive.
Yeah, we're just glad that everyone's okay. We're safe, alive. And child, we almost through this show, girl. How long we been going on for? Oh, it's gonna be we got a dog talk, so we'll be
fine.
We'll be fine. No, I always worry about how long the shows are gonna be, because I don't want it to be too like short, but I also don't want to be too long. Because last time it was 2 hours.
Wow, and somebody listened.
You said
People don't have anything. We're in quarantine. People don't have shit to do but go to work and go home.
Yeah.
They might as well listen to us while they cleaning their house.
Right. You already know.
While you drinking, entertaining your friends.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to start making my friends play every time I go somewhere and be like, hey, can you put that dude Darren Greene show episode on?
We need to download, honey. Let's go.
I don't know why y'all playing with us.
Y'all playing with our souls, honey. We gonna pop.
Quit being haters and help us get where we trying to go. Like, damn.
I mean, we doing good. The listeners, I love my listeners. They are. It's a
share it with somebody.
It's not
that's all I'm saying. Like,
that's all I'm saying.
Shut alive. Or they be like, shut alive.
Oh, we look good. Oh, we on YouTube, honey. We look good.
We're on the tube live.
We're on the tube live. I told you.
Wow.
This is going everywhere, honey. Yes. But those, like I said, those metrics are delayed because there's times I've seen like views on separate apps. But yeah, we over here talking behind the scenes, girl, and we on the show.
Well, right. It's okay.
Say the baby.
Talk about whatever we want to talk about. Who
wanna see me do my dance in this $1,000 pants?
Yeah.
Respect me and my man.
Then
looks like he's a
whole lot of choppers on your head.
Whole lot of colorist, homophobic.
Ooh, the things.
Just misogynist. Okay, so on Tuesday, the up and coming rapper Say the Baby faced backlash from old tweets that were resurfaced online, which he was calling, which people were calling him homophobic, colorist, and a whole bunch of other things. Child, like he was glorifying rape and stuff like in some of his tweets. Like, girl, like where did that come from? But
he did the most.
He did do the most. Like it was looking real bad. And here's his response. I want you guys to listen to this carefully too.
What's going on? Hey man, say man, Scuba Steve, Scuba, you feel me? So a couple tweets and old tweets came out earlier, you feel me? From 2011 when it like 17, 18, all that type of shit. And my first initial response to the tweets on my story, you feel me, may give people the idea that I don't sympathize with females that have been raped or raping situations. What y'all gotta know is I'm almost 30 years old and I don't got the password to my Twitter, no none of that. So them old views is in the same light as a Justin Bieber when he got caught saying whoop 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 or all that other. I'm not switching them up, you know what I'm saying, blame or light to nobody else, but that's old. You can't, you know, as far as the homophobic, I got goddamn homosexuals that work in my label, you feel me? You know what I'm saying, that's personally working with me, you know what I'm saying? I deal with him twice, 2-3 times out the month in person.
Okay, so I want you to pay attention to a couple
I got
of
gay
things.
cousins.
I want you to pay attention to a couple of things. First of all, how he addressed women and gay people as homosexuals and females. Let's be clear. This is someone that's not remorseful.
Because of the language he chose.
Because of the language.
He's also from Detroit, so we have to take that into account.
And then, okay, and that's another thing too. I was 17, or I'm like, well, goddamn, like I must have been an angel in 17 because I was not saying outlandish shit.
Well, I wasn't on Twitter at 17, but I'm pretty sure I said some crazy ass shit when I was, because you also have to that's one thing I do take into account. That's one thing I take into account when I look at like especially when people that are younger than me and what they post online when they were like 13, 14, 15. Like I'm a very intelligent person. But it doesn't, fall deaf on me that when I was 16, 17, I don't think the same way now, a lifetime later, the way that I did then. And some of the things I said then, I probably wouldn't say now. Some of the views I held then, I wouldn't hold now.
Right.
Luckily, I didn't have a place to where I could post them and people could probably pull them up. Don't y'all go to none of these Black Planet chat rooms or you know what I mean? But so I can only appreciate the fact he's like, I'm almost 30 now, and what I said then was old. However, his initial response to it should have been along those lines. And if you do have different views, but his reaction was more so I said what I said. And, I'm very much I said what I said person.
Right.
And maybe somebody talked to him was like, listen, if you want to work in this arena, there are three 3 things you don't do. You don't upset the gays. You don't upset the barbs, and you don't upset the Jews. You know, sometimes the beehive, but mostly the Jews, the barbs, and the gays.
Yeah.
So getting the initial backlash kind of made them like, okay, well, let me tell you why I said what I feel like I said what I said, because I can't change that. I was young. I don't even have access to those things. I couldn't even delete them if I wanted to. Because when you sign with a label, now one of the first things they do is they make you scrub your social media. Like,
oh, hello.
You can do it now. You can search certain words off your page on Twitter and be like, delete. And you know, I just feel that maybe his label should have done a better job at that as soon as they took him on as a liability. But at the same time, it's like, listen, if that's what you feel, then that's what you feel.
That's what you feel.
And people need to own their feelings.
But also though,
own it.
Also, there was a recent it was a response that he made to like a Barb page. It was like it
was a Lil Nas X fan page, and he called them
the F word. That was very recent.
Right. That was
very recent.
They were telling him to promote the remix.
So that's why I said when we're talking about remorse, I'm not sure if there's any remorse here.
You said what you said, right?
Yeah.
Right. And my follow up to him, and one day we're gonna be able to call these people and bring them on the air so I can ask my goddamn question. Okay. My question to him was, okay, well, did you apologize to that person? And the homosexual that you work with in person 2 or 3 times a month, how did they feel about your comments?
Right.
How did they feel about it? Have you talked to them? Have they talked to you?
Yo, you know they was.
You know, and
you better
drawing the lines between a professional line and your personal line. Like when I'm working with somebody, sometimes I don't really care about what your personal views are. If we're both committed to a goal professionally, you shouldn't care about what my personal stuff is. I don't care about your personal stuff.
Right.
We're here to get something accomplished on a professional level. I kind of starting to feel the same way about this whole election, and you know, us having to vote between racist and like creepy old men who are inappropriate. You know, so it's like there's a job to be done, and I just need somebody that's going to do the job the best. And I don't even care about y'all's personal shit anymore. Did you watch the debate last night?
Child.
I don't even care anymore. It's like I need somebody that's gonna get in there and do the fucking job. Y'all are wearing me thin.
Here's my thing.
But say the baby, I don't know. I don't know what level of success he's gonna be looking forward to in the future, because
I don't know either, because it's looking very.
It's looking bleak, bro.
And you just did a song
with the Queen of Rap. Wow.
Like I don't get.
Hate to see it.
I hate. Yeah. like I hate to see it. Like and people will sit there and say, "Oh well, I think this was all planned or whatever."
To get the controversies up, get the people going.
People now, like people that are 17 at this moment that may be listening to this podcast or whatever. Think about the next thing you're about to tweet or post or do a video on, because it will, even if you're not even going to be famous, like Dobbs is looking at it. Universities is looking at it.
Actually, it ain't even that. It's just people. People look at it and they be like, you know what?
And then they'll have they'll
report you.
They'll report you, or that's their their impression on you. We are living in the country of reputation, and reputation matters.
It does. Perception is reality.
Yeah. So
look, you got me on Twitter. Let me scroll up. Did I say?
Be very mindful.
What I said. Let me go look.
I said what I said. Okay. So we on Twitter too, honey.
We are. We on Twitter live now too.
Yeah. Oh,
Jesus Christ! Where we at? We on everything.
We is on everything, honey.
I love to see. Oh.
See.
Oh, snap! Retweet. Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah. Don't press it. Don't press it.
I gotta find y'all. Oh, see, look, I'm gonna search mine.
Why did you? No. Oh, you better stop. But I don't know. I think we got the card for it. We could say it.
The card. Well, no, I was using it in the right sense though. See, I was using it correctly. It was see.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yep. See there.
No, it's just like the N word. Like we could say it, but white people can't. So it's like the same with the F word.
White people can say niggas.
We can say it, but you straight folks can't say it. Period.
They can say it. I mean, I can. I feel like that's one thing I can't tell you what you can and cannot say. or exert some type of privilege over the vernacular you use. All I can say is just be wise with what you say. Like if you want to say the F word, just be wise as to when and where you use it and who you use it with, because you could either lose your job, you could lose your house, you could lose your social media presence, you could lose your teeth, an eye, a leg, a limb.
Not your teeth, funny.
So my thing is just being conscious of what you're saying, who you're saying it around, and where you're putting these things. Like it's just about being aware of the world that you live in at this point. And some people just aren't aware. They're walking through this thing really blind, thinking that because they're 1 out of 8 billion that nobody's paying attention to them.
Right.
But as soon as that spotlight gets on you, we're looking at everything. We want to know who you are. We want to know what your views are. We want to know what your religious views, your political views. We want to know about your baby mamas. We want to know about your family life. We want to know about your money, because we're going to be reporting on all of those things. When you go broke, we're going to be right there. When you go bankrupt, okay?
Period.
You know what I mean? When you have a baby outside of your marriage, we're going to be right there talking about it. Dang, he was cheating about it. So persons who are interested or who may be moving into a life of spotlight, just be conscious of what you say now, and take some time to look over your past, because it's just like walking into Judgment Day. Becoming famous is like literally walking through the pearly gates, and there's someone with a book saying, "This is all the shit you did wrong."
All the shit you said back in the day.
Right. So you may want to go literally like walking into judgment. And you either gonna get a pass and be able to get in and enjoy yourself, or it's gonna be hell for you.
Now I think that there's some things that are kind of stupid. Like I said, I'm gonna defend my girl Doja, because what she did was not that bad. But stuff like this, racism, homophobia, that's some real serious allegations. If you say certain things and it's brought to the light, the truth always comes out in the light.
Well, that's true.
So be very mindful, listeners all across the world.
What's done in the dark,
and don't think because you ain't famous, it's not going to affect you either. So anyway,
that's why I like just saying. That's kind of why I'm very much to say what I said, person, because I know that regardless of whether I was right or wrong, I know eventually I'm gonna have to own it anyway. So I'm just gonna own it now. I said what I said. Now you don't like it. What do you want me to do?
If you don't like it, you don't like it.
You don't like it.
Child, you seen them Halloween costumes?
The one with wait, they got Halloweens where? I mean, like
Candy looked like some Candy looked weird as hell.
I missed everything. I've kind of been under a love spell
right
this week.
Not love spell. First of all, the show's not even on. It's just we just see the pictures and stuff and people talking about it. Candy had on this like cheetah girl outfit. Not cheetah girl, but she looked like some kind of sphinx or something. Like, hold on,
Sphinx cat.
Not a sphinx. You seen this? This Candy girl.
Ah! She's in whiteface. Cancel.
Not white.
Someone said they were having house party. I said perfect. Okay.
Not purr.
Y'all see Candy Burris?
Y'all see Candy Burris, honey.
That's Candy Purris.
Not Candy Purris.
Candy Purris.
She looked real scary. Like if I ever seen her in person, I'd be like, girl, you need to get away from me.
So cute.
Because that's not it, honey.
Oh, look at Ace.
I know. I was going through her Instagram. I was like, oh, she's so. Because I was watching old clips of Real Housewives. Because I'm like, I'm gearing
to catch up.
Yeah, I do that to gear up for the new season. And
you're gonna miss Nene when this new one starts. Every time, if you go back to watch the old ones, you're gonna miss them OGs when the new one comes.
Yeah. There was some moments that Nene was on there that I thought was very interesting, and she was very entertaining. But I don't know. I'm gonna still watch it. I'm a fan of Real Housewives, no matter who's sitting on that couch. And I'm gonna watch it. So be up on that.
Yes, I can't wait for all the updates. I can't wait for you to tell me exactly what's going on, because I won't know. That shit in the blog.
Man, y'all over here doing this damn Real Housewives of Atlanta boycott.
I'm not watching.
Whatever. Anyway, you watch the debates?
I'm gonna watch it with Nene.
The debate.
What? I watched the debates last night. Like I said, I'm just tired. I'm tired of the old folks. I'm tired of this nursing room food cafeteria food fight. I just want people to go ahead and vote early. Vote early. I'm saying that like I'm not gonna be up at 4:30 in the morning on election day trying to get my ass down to vote, because they didn't give me my ballot. Went to my old address. I gotta go to the Board of Elections. I'm gonna ask them if I can get a new ballot. They just hand it to me.
Yeah, I'm just waiting on my parents to send me my mail-in ballot because I called my mom the other day. I'm sorry, I'm putting her on blast. She probably watching me too because we are on live.
Period. Mama.
But like, yeah, like, honey, I need you to send that over because it's gonna be November 3rd in a matter. The debate happened last night actually. Trump didn't really cut Biden off too much this time, which is a good thing, I'm guessing. Well, it's a good thing. Here's a little bit what they had to say though.
We have a vaccine that's coming. It's ready. I say we're learning to live with it. We have no choice. We can't lock ourselves up in a basement like Joe does.
He says that we're learning to live with it. People are learning to die with it.
What I would like to do is a much better healthcare, much better.
He keeps talking about it. He hasn't done a thing for anybody on healthcare. Not a thing.
Children are brought here by coyotes and lots of bad people, cartels, and they're brought here and they used to use them to get into our country.
Do you have a plan to reunite the kids?
Yes, we're working on it we're trying very hard.
Parents were ripped, their kids were ripped from their arms and separated. And now they cannot find 100 of sets of those parents, and those kids are alone. Nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. It's criminal.
Period. Well, criminal. There was a couple of topics that they were talking about far as the kids on the border. Now, Trump claims it was already like that before he came in there. Nobody made a big stink about that because, people came for Obama for the littlest shit. So if that was a thing when Obama was in there, then that would have been a thing.
About immigration?
About the immigration was, they did kind of hound him on that, but I don't think no one was ever talking about like people in cages and stuff like that.
Because they weren't, excuse me, using them in an inhumane way. Mm-hmm. They weren't separating families in the sense that, it was mandatory. It was a policy. It wasn't a policy for families to be separated and for kids to be thrown in on top of each other and not receive medical attention or treatment or anything like that. So the fact that it became a Trump policy for that to be the case, that's what makes it inhumane, and criminal.
Well,
because detaining someone who's literally entered your country illegally, there's nothing wrong with detaining them. However, those who are seeking asylum, there's a process for you to get in, that you have to go through. And because you're not a citizen, and we're also concerned about your safety,
right?
You have to be vetted, which means they have to go through all of your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to hold you right here until it's time for us to give you a decision of whether or not we're going to let you in here or not. They weren't just separating families, mothers from their kids, just arbitrarily. It was, if they were separated, it's because, okay, well, you're in the country. First of all, you got in the country illegally, and then you committed a crime, or you're not seeking asylum. You're fleeing because it's been posted in Mexico that you're a criminal. So we got to send you back. But we can also seek asylum for your kids. Me personally, this is why I'm not. I ain't running for president yet because
I'm not running for president yet.
No, because I think that at some point, I'm all about freedom and liberty, but we got so much shit going on in America that we just need a break. It's very isolationist, is what we've called Donald Trump, is trying to move us away from partnerships and like closing borders and stuff like that. But I don't think we need some time to ourselves. We need to get we need to be single for a while. I don't even think we need a president for the next week. We need Congress to work. I don't want no judge. Can we just take a break?
Right.
This has been an exhausting time for
exhausting year
American
for
history.
Everybody.
It's exhausting.
Yeah.
I don't even want to hear about politics.
Now the pandemic questions, like I said,
y'all.
Now the whole premise of that was basically, shutting down the country. Should we shut down the country? Should scientists say so?
So should the scientists?
Because that's what Joe Biden said. He said because he was asked the question, would you shut down the country if needed? He said if the scientists suggested, then we would. We're
going to do what makes American people safe. Donald Trump is concerned about the economy. So his job is to think about the money, and I think that people forget that that's what the executive branch is for. They handle the business of America.
Okay.
And yes, of course, that has to do with laws and that they execute those laws. But as far as Trump's number one priority: economy and infrastructure, and then immigration and everything else that affects the economy. I think for Joe Biden, it's like, listen, public health affects our economy. Clearly, if we're all freaking sick, we can't go to work.
Exactly. You want us to go to the restaurants and buy up stuff, and it ain't gonna be people if we don't shut down this country.
Right.
I was having an argument with my best friend because she was like, "Well, jobs are going out of business, and I have to work, and this, that, and the third." But I'm like, people have to live. Like, you know, I think I'm not speaking for everybody, but I've definitely lost some loved ones due to the virus, and you know, I've definitely had some family members that contracted the virus, and this is a very scary, time. So, if the country needs to be shut down again,
shut it down. But just send me my check. Shut it down and run me my coins.
Well, we're not gonna get no check until if he wins again. So
I don't believe that.
You don't believe that?
Nope.
Why my best friend texting me? Now she heard. Now she watched me. Now she heard me mention her. But yeah, like it needs to happen. It needs to look. I don't like the idea of the government shutting, not the government, the whole country shutting down. But I kind of feel like we're already like closed. Like nothing is really open. Nothing is open at full max. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
It still feel like we're in this pandemic like we were before, but it's just, you know, we can be up to like 2:00 now or whenever.
Interesting concept.
But I don't know. I think Joe's plan has a better plan. And I think that we should vote, and I think your vote should be for Biden. So that's just what I have to say about that. Now, one other thing that was also an unpopular conversation was the increase of minimum wage. Now, that's the only thing I won't agree with Joe Biden, because I got into two conversations before I got on the show just to get the gist of like where people's heads was at. My whole problem with them raising the like Biden trying to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour. My only problem with that is once you raise it, what is going to stop these jobs from cutting people's hours? Because we've seen this before. I've seen it before because I've been working minimum wage jobs for 4 years now. Now I've seen the wage go up and I've seen my hours get cut. My first job was at Sesame Place. I was making $7 an hour. That's the most I ever made at a job.
Okay.
Except for BJ's. BJ's was paying me good, but that's because the pandemic and they needed people to be essential workers.
Mm-hmm.
But it's an attractive idea. I would love to get paid $15 an hour, but I just know if I get paid $15 an hour, that means this little job that I got here, they might either cut my hours even more or fire me.
Okay. Find another job.
Find
another job, because guess what? The minimum is going to be $15 an hour. Just find another job.
Well, who's to say they're not going to up the rent? Because they do that too. Everything gets heightened when minimum wage goes up.
Okay, so let's talk about something that's realistic. I would rather talk about the living going up when the minimum wage goes up, because that's usually what happens. The price of everything usually goes up. But the idea that people are going to get fired and lose their jobs because the jobs are going to be required to pay them more, it's not a real thing. Anybody that's ever owned a business understand how payroll taxes work. Like, if you can afford to give somebody $7 an hour, you can afford to give them $15 an hour. If you know how to run your business, because now that labor costs more, guess what that means? Your services cost more, your products cost more, your tax break is going to be higher. So it doesn't make sense for businesses to be like, oh, I can't pay you $15 an hour. I got to cut your hours, and I got such and such. It's going to take my business. No, because if you know how to run your business, then you're gonna adjust appropriately so that you can continue to make money.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm just okay. That's fine and all that, but that's a cool little plan. But like every business, every job is not going to be that way. They're going to take the easy way out, and that's it. And that is cutting hours. And
doing what? Cutting hours and hiring more people. Because you say cutting the hours. If you work for me 40 hours a week at $7-8 an hour, right? That's $320 a week, just roughly. If I pay you $8 an hour, 40 hours a week, that's $320 a week. If it goes up to $15 an hour, 15 times 40, that's $600 a week, right? Okay. So you mean to tell me that I'm going to cut your hours in half so that you're 15 hours, you're $15 an hour, and I'm going to only allow you to work 20 hours a week, right?
Okay.
But I still have 20 other hours of labor that I need. So now you want me to hire someone else to pay them $15 an hour since it's the minimum.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm actually doubling my employees, and I'm going to be paying the same thing because I still require the same amount of labor. Do you see why it doesn't make sense for Donald Trump to take that stance? It's going to hurt these small businesses. It's not. It's dumb.
And I think with small businesses anyway, like with because I know when I worked at Ollie's, it's a private owned business, so that means they don't have to abide by the minimum wage. Our minimum wage did not go up when I was working there.
Okay, so let me explain to you how federal minimum wage works. Federal minimum wage is the absolute minimum.
Okay.
That human beings in America, citizens, should be making an hour to sustain a living. So when you work at a restaurant and the base pay is $2.13 for servers, because this has always been in courts too, like that's in the Constitution, it's like literally slavery. The argument is that no, they make the minimum wage, it's made up in tips, like directly in tips. However, with the tips that are claimed with the base pay, if you did not clear the minimum wage amount for the amount of hours you worked, the company has to compensate you for it. You have to make minimum wage. A federal minimum wage is the national limit, the national baseline for how much a citizen who pays taxes is supposed to make for a work week.
Okay. So when the minimum wage went up in Jersey, that was its own isolated.
Jersey has the state minimum wage is what? $10?
$10.
Is it above the federal minimum wage? Yes. Right? So thank you, Jersey.
Okay. All right. I'm just saying I'm just
the minimum wage, the federal minimum wage is like $7.50 or something like that.
Yeah.
Like in Louisiana, that's how much you probably gonna get.
Damn. So it's still so it's still like
so like whatever the federal minimum wage is, that's the baseline. States have the right to choose how much, what the state minimum wage is,
and it went up to 10.
Based on the cost of living and the type of labor and how many people they have in their state. So Donald Trump saying, I believe it should be the state's decision. If he's talking about Alabama, it doesn't cost as much to live in Alabama as it does in New York.
Okay.
So it doesn't make sense for those people to get paid $15 an hour that's going to give them a surplus of money on stuff that don't cost.
Now New York's minimum wage is $15. 15. Yeah, that's what
it costs a lot to live in New York.
Yeah, it costs a lot to live. It makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, the minimum wage, like it has to be a livable wage. So if you make it $15, if you make $15 the minimum nationwide, what you're going to see is you're going to see prices surge in places like New York, and that also means that the minimum wage in New York might go up to $22. So
oh shit,
you see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So and when I was watching, I was like, well, I know what I did. New York. When I got tired of, when I wanted to make more money, when I wanted to have better opportunities. And I'd realized I couldn't get that in the state that I lived in. Like, couldn't get what I wanted. Guess what I did?
What you do?
I moved.
You moved.
When I wanted to get into a space where I could demand more money for my time, but it required me to, have a stronger skill set. Guess what I did? I went to school. I got degreed. I learned a trade. I practiced that skill. I did internships. So that when I walk into a place, I can say, well, actually, this is how much my time is worth. So I don't have to worry about minimum wage.
Okay.
This is me.
Some people have to rely on that though.
Right. And unfortunately, fortunately, we're American. And that is part of our American spirit. That's the entrepreneurs. So if you're looking at both sides, like both have this extremist idea, right? Trump plays into the extremes of capitalism.
Okay.
And, someone like a Bernie Sanders plays into the extremes of socialism. The whole point of having a Joe Biden run is because he's supposed to help us come back to the middle.
Okay.
So that we can say, okay, let's do stuff that actually makes sense without making people feel like they're being, restricted and totally dependent on the government. But also, to the point where we do have this that we are able to achieve this American dream that we've been sold, that if we try, we work really hard, we grind, we dedicate our time and energy and invest, understand investments, understand how to use these little transferable tickets known as money and currency. If we learn how to play this game right, we can win. If we learn how to play Monopoly, Life, like those games teach you something.
Yeah.
Like they're trainable skills. Chess, That's how you're able to build. And we're supposed to be a nation of builders. That's why Donald Trump won. Donald Trump is a builder, whether we like him personally.
Mm-hmm.
He's helped build the country, the infrastructure of what we live in now.
Mm-hmm.
He also embodies the American spirit of being a con.
Oh yeah, of course.
Fake it till you make it.
Not fake it
but
till you make
but the goal is to make it.
Mm-hmm.
He made it. That inspires people.
We should follow after him.
But there are certain pieces that you should. I think he's a shit person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I don't think I've ever thrown a complete person away. There are people in my family that I think are shit people, but I love parts of them. There are some parts of them that inspire me. I'm pretty sure there are people who look at me and think I'm a shit person. There may be one thing about me that inspires them, and that could be how I do my hair and nothing else, or the way I dress and nothing else, or the way I speak and nothing else.
Right.
But at the same time, like, we have to remember, you know, what it is that we're actually supposed to be doing here. And, you know, closing the wealth gap, building out the middle class is important. It's important for not just democracy, but it's important for America to continue to be a booming economy. We have to have a middle class. And what that means is if we have all these people that are super rich, who are holding all the resources, controlling all the currency, all of the flow of money, what happens is you create a big old gap with people at the bottom who are doing the manual labor and not receiving any of that currency, not being able to participate in the flow of it. You're going to end up with people dying and people super rich, and that's all you're going to have. The middle class is supposed to be the exchange place for people coming down and people going up. When you're rich and when you're not as rich as you used to be, you can volley yourself. You can retire right there in the middle and be comfortable. When you're poor and you work really hard and you learn how to use money and you learn how to play this game, you move to the middle, you know, you can volley there if you want to. You can go higher or you can volley there. That's what the middle class is supposed to be for. But we have an evaporating middle class. And that is what the main issue when it comes to the economy has been for the past 16 years. The middle class is depleting. We need to build that more because the wealth gap is expanding. And that's a problem. That's why we have to get more women. More women have to start making as much as men so we can close the wealth gap. More minorities have to start making more money that is comparable to white men because the wealth gap is expanding. If we want to keep a middle class, a diverse middle class, we want the America that we keep lying to the rest of the world saying we are. That's what we need. See, they need to start talking about the real shit. See, that's why I can't. Let me moderate a goddamn debate.
Okay, let me.
Okay. I'm tired. I'm just tired of the people from the Quaker oat boxes. And it's just too much.
Do you feel like the muting of the mics was efficient?
It didn't work. Who got muted?
Trump got muted. Well, yeah, they wasn't muting that mic enough. Like, because there was times they was cutting each other off still. But that mute button, don't do me.
That's what it was like. It was like that.
Right, they was turning it off, turn it back on, turn it back on, and then turn it right back on.
I'm like, damn, did the mute button break?
You mute the whole way. He was still talking. Like, I was like, yo. And then with the whole question about like him being racist, he looked to the audience, to the woman, the woman of color that was moderating.
So he's the least racist person in the room.
Least racist person in the room. Wow.
I would have said, thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. I got to get the hell out of here.
No, for real. Like, oh my goodness. Trump, it's like I said, people lie. Like, you lie so bad, child. We're a real psychopath.
It's a mess. He's a mess.
He's a mess.
We got to get him out of here, though.
So vote.
Get out of here.
I'm saying this every episode until the damn election.
Vote, please.
Yes.
Please vote.
We'll see. But you know what? I already kind of have an idea, but I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. So,
all right. Debbie Downer, you gonna say that Trump's gonna get reelected? We're just gonna be stuck here.
I have the small. Because it's looking very much like that. We got people like 50 Cent and Waka Flocka talking. You know what I'm saying? And they're the influencers, like it or not, they're the influencers. So
the dummies.
Yeah, they're the dummies, but there's going to be a lot of dummies following after them.
Well, I mean, if the dummies vote, that means that the smart people need to just need to outvote them. This ain't hard. Y'all, the dummies are rising.
It's looking very much like the 2016 election. That's what I'm saying. That's just all I'm saying.
Well, the 2016 election had a lot of other complicated things that went on with it. And it had nothing to do with so much. Well, okay. Well, all I can say is y'all vote. 50 million people have already voted. This time in 2016, around this time, 12 days, 11 days out with the election, only 5 million people had voted early.
So it's a good sign.
I think they said 5 million had already voted.
Is
it a good? It is a good sign. It's a good sign that people want to. At least people are interested.
Yeah.
Only 200 and something million people voted last time. 230, 200, something like that. I asked Siri last night before we watched the debate. I'm gonna tell you, I can give you a real answer.
Yeah, let's give an updated answer, please.
Hey Siri, how many people voted in the 2016 election?
Here's an answer from PewResearch.org. A record 137.5 million Americans voted in the 2016 presidential election, according to new data from the U.S. Census Bureau.
Okay, girl. So this said 100. She said 135 million people.
Mm-hmm.
Good job. So for now, for 50 million to have done it already, that's a big deal.
It's pretty good. So
vote.
Keep it up, guys. All right.
Vote like your life depends on it, because people are literally dying under this president. Like literally dying. Vote.
And I also, one more thing before we change the subject, I also like how he kind of like swayed the question of like, how do you feel about Iran and countries like Russia influencing the
China?
Yeah.
And what did he say?
Oh, he had to respond to what Joe. I have to respond to what Joe had to say. Girl,
talking about Trump
deflected that whole fucking question. I was like, child.
I will say that Donald Trump did better in this election than he did in the
He did a lot
one.
better. He definitely, and the thing about it is, though, this is something that Gayle King said towards the end. This is the only time that Trump will get to talk to people that's not on his base. So he has to make sure he is heard. He has to make sure he lets Joe talk, and he had to,
right? Because
the first time it was really bad on him. Like, it was bad on both of them, but it was really bad on Trump because you were the one that was really like cutting him off. They said he cut him off 70 something times throughout that whole debate. That's how many times he got cut off. Joe. So this was definitely smarter on his part. I know his team probably talked to him and was like, hey, you gotta come on. Can't do this no more. But anyway, as we digress from this crazy person, what happened to the little spiral thing right there? Was that always gone?
With what?
The little spiral thing. Like this thing?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't notice that last time.
Child.
What do?
Child, we better find it for they be like, you owe. Because we just bought these. We just bought these arms.
To do with it. Never seen it. Never heard her.
Anyway, so Dog Talk.
Yeah, Dog Talk. We don't want to talk about it in Dog Talk today.
We did. We wanted to talk about the.
Oh, do I want to talk about that? I thought about it.
We want to talk about now.
I have this this group I'm a part of, right? And they have amazing.
It's called Speak Out. I'm a part of it too. What?
You weren't supposed to say what the group was.
I shared the live.
Oh. Now they're gonna be all up in here.
Oh damn! I felt bad. I was like, oh damn.
Snatching our topics.
I shared the live on the
Isn't right?
Yeah,
me too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I usually read them and I'm like,
yeah,
it's interesting.
Most of the questions that come that are for Dog Talk is from that.
Really?
Yeah.
So what's today?
Today is Friday.
Today is Friday.
The 22nd.
Last week was a payday, right?
Oh, 23rd actually. Last week was payday. Last Friday.
All right. So this was a question that was 3 days ago. It was like, could you date someone financially established as you? If so, what's your limit? I hesitated to answer that because
that's a good one. I want to know your opinion first.
Of course you do.
Because it's Dog Talk.
Gosh. So I think I've been on both sides of the spectrum before, where I'm not wealthy by any means yet, but I have been in a position where I made more money than the person I was dating. And looking back, I did get taken advantage of. I did get taken advantage of early on in the relationship, but it was by their mother and not by them.
Oh wow.
Right. Anyway, I think that depending on what it is you're looking for in a person and like what your goals are, like it being in a couple, if you can manage it.
Okay.
You know, and it's like if you have someone who is trying to either like get to your level or, you know, it doesn't play a part in like the power dynamics of the relationship. Like just because I got more money than you doesn't mean that I'm gonna feel superior to you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or use that as an advantage over you in the relationship or use it against you. But for some people, it's like, well, if you can't meet me halfway, if you can't go half on these bills, if you can't afford to go out with me, if you can't afford to do such and such, you're not the person for me.
Okay.
And I think after dating someone who was more affluent than me, you know, I did feel kind of self-conscious about my financial situation when I was dating someone who, you know, they were further along in their career. They had their savings stacked up. We riding around in caddies and like, if we want to take Uber, we can take Uber back and forth to New York. Like, you know, and I'm
not
thinking
Uber
like,
back and forth to New York.
No, like we would go out and like they literally wouldn't let me pay for anything.
Oh,
like,
okay. I get real nervous. Like when people offer too much.
Yeah, it's like, well, I don't want you to think you owe me. That was my like, I don't want you to think that I owe you anything.
I'm proud Mary, honey. I'm proud Mary. I'm like, I get it myself.
Right. But I think but later, like we even had a conversation about this. We're not clearly not together anymore, but we had a post conversation. And it wasn't that I didn't feel like I deserved to be in a relationship with him. I just felt like I wasn't ready.
Okay. And
for me as a partner, it's like I want to be able to meet you halfway. I want to be able to add to what you're doing. And they explained to me like, well, so what I was able to provide financially, you know, I may not have been able to provide to you emotionally or in another way or whatever. But you were providing a need to me that I don't think I could have paid. I could never have paid for. And I was like, oh, I didn't think about it that way. Like everybody has their own needs and their own strengths. And it just so happens that he was more financially affluent than I was.
Yeah.
It didn't take away from our emotional connection or anything like that. It was just, I thought it would influence the power structure of our relationship.
Okay.
Because I was the one that didn't have as much money as he had. So
you've been in both sides of the spectrum.
Yeah, I've been in both. So it's like I think I could probably date someone that doesn't make as much money as I make. However, I think that at this stage of my life, there are certain things that I want to do. And if I'm not in a space where I can be like, well, I can't pay for both of us, then we can't do it.
Right.
I don't want to be in that kind of space in a relationship anymore. I want to be able to say, this is what I want to do. And then we figure out how we're going to do it. Like if I got to pay the whole thing, or if you can pay the whole thing, or if we go half and half, but this is what I want to do and I want to be able to do it. Like that's where I want to be in relationships now. So it's more like, meet me halfway. I'm at the meet me halfway.
I think what it boils down to though, I think in every relationship, there's always one person there's never someone that makes the exact same as you, unless y'all working at the same job.
Well, right.
The thing for me, and I can only speak on my situationship that I went through this year, we were each other's equals. But at some point during the summer season, like, you know, I was making more money than him at one point. And then there was, you know, when he started getting his little refund, his unemployment checks, he was making more money than me. So it was kind of like, to me, it doesn't matter. But like I said, as long as it doesn't seem like you're using me too much, if I'm the person that's making the most money and I'm always giving you stuff and I'm always buying you stuff, then yeah, that's gonna be, and you're always asking for stuff. It's a little issue now because I need you to pull your own weight too.
Right. I'm not trying to be your parent.
I'm not
That's
trying,
me. Like I don't want to be your parent.
I want to be your parent now,
or your financier.
Exactly. So it's just like, but I'm also like I'm a giver. You get what I mean? And sometimes people use that against me. Because that's one of my weaknesses. I shouldn't have said this on air, child. Because now people are going to come out the woodwork like
have all kind of
type of opportunities and stuff like that.
I love your show. I would love. We should hang out sometime.
Could you send me a look? Could you send me, girl? I'm child. We need. I need new mics, honey. I need a mixer. So I think for me, you know, from my experience, I will go in with caution if somebody's making less than me. Because I wouldn't turn the person down right away. You get what I'm saying? I'll see what it's given, and if it's given like you playing me, then we're done. But if you really are down on your luck and you're really trying to make an effort to try to make your own money and not always asking me for shit, then we can work with that. I can work with that. I could be a Wendy Williams child on a television show, and you could be working at well, if you have an entry level job, that's fine. That's fine.
You got a job at least.
If you're working at McDonald's, I don't know.
Could you?
If I make,
My star was at McDonald's. I remember McDonald's.
Now I can date someone that's working at McDonald's now, because you know we possibly can be making the same money. But like when I'm working and I'm in my gig in the future, yeah, it's gonna be a little requirement. But like we can work around it. If you're trying to elevate. That's why I was really adamant about the whole what's that girl name? The one that says she needs an entrepreneur.
Oh, B. Simone.
B. Simone. I'm like, girl, I mean, there's probably some people that's had 9-to-5s. I don't know, because it's a stockbroker. It's a job. It's a job.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably making more than you. Well,
probably.
Yeah, probably. So it's like, don't judge.
Right, you don't judge where the money comes from.
You'll fumble a man. You'll fumble a man like that, child.
But also, money isn't everything.
It is not.
And also too, like I think maybe because of the new space I'm in, it's like when you have somebody who like knows that
picking up, be sure to comment.
Huh?
I said the viewers are picking up, guys. Make sure you comment.
You're right. Let us know you're here. We'll speak back to you. Jump into the conversation. Give us your thoughts. I think that like being with somebody who sees something in you and is genuinely connected to you in ways like I can level up with this person.
Okay.
Like sees that. Like that's hot to me. I don't know. I want to be in that space. Like, okay, where we are right now is great. It's cool. We both know how to survive independently. Okay. So I think that's what it is. It's not that I wouldn't date someone that makes less money than me, but I need to make sure that you can survive independent of me, because how you living right now,
right?
If I lost everything and had to depend on you in a relationship, how would we be living?
Okay.
So that's how I picture it. So even in dating up, it's like, if I lost everything and I had to survive living with this person, this is what it would look like as a dependent.
Right.
Okay, I could deal with this, but it's also going to make me work even harder to make sure that never happens. Thank
the Lord.
But yeah, right, that the mic is working. Right.
No, not that the mic is working. That it's connected to the Rodecaster Pro, because I was like, oh my god, I didn't check, because sometimes it would not tell you.
Why would it not? It's
it's
getting all the words.
Okay, yeah, just making sure it wasn't giving us the computer microphone.
Oh, heard. But yeah, so what would be your limit though? You said McDonald's, but like, what would be your limit? How long would you date someone? Say you were dating someone, they lost their job. Like y'all been dating for like maybe 6 months.
6 months? Yeah, I'll stick by you.
For how long? How long can they be without it before you let them go?
Maybe a year. Maybe a year. Like it is a bitch to get a job nowadays, especially nowadays.
You like Mary J. Blige a whole damn year?
A year. Come on now, people listening. Come on now.
Yeah, I need y'all to chime in. Okay.
How long? What is you? 2 weeks?
So you were dating someone for 6 months, and you'll be with them a year without a job? What's that Doja meme? No. So I, unless they're
just because he ain't got no job, don't. I mean, what if he's making some other? What if he's having multiple streams of income?
Well, that means he has income.
Okay.
If he got income, he got income.
Okay.
But if he's unemployed, he's not employing any skill anywhere.
Is a person living with me? That's a difference too. That's a difference too. Because if we got our own places.
Have you ever been in a relationship where you lived with someone before?
No.
So what would it matter? That's not even your reality right now.
Okay, well.
I'm just saying, like that's not even a reality right now for you. So
okay,
you don't know what you would do unless you've been in that situation. What would you like to do if they were living with you? How long would you be with them? You date
that right now because if we are living together, that means we're splitting the rent, and that means you can pay. And I'm gonna need.
That means you're a roommate, or you're a squatter,
or a parent.
Is that what they would be squatting in your house?
Yeah, no, I don't do no hobosexuals. Okay.
Period.
Okay.
I'm hobophobic. No, I'm just kidding. But the funny thing
Have
is,
you in that predicament though?
I have.
So someone's
My
been
boyfriend
living
lost
with
his
you.
job. I was in a relationship for 3 years, and he lost his job like every year. Felt like, but you know, when you get unemployment, that's good. As long as you got some income.
You got some income.
He also knew how to hit that stage and get them dollars. Go hit that stage.
Okay.
And bring some coins home. But
I don't think I need to live in that experience to know that you're not staying here because I'm all.
No, you said a year. I was like, when you get in that situation, you're gonna realize like a year is too long.
If we're in our own spaces, I got my place.
As long as you,
then okay. I mean, I could, yeah.
But they ain't got no job. How
they're
they paying
not really
for their
relying
space?
on each other financially,
right?
So it's like,
well,
I'm not gonna break up with you because you ain't got no job. I mean, it's not like you not like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm paying my own rent. We got our own places, or you living somewhere,
right? But you're financially
I'm not
for
gonna be able to
everything.
go out places. Like, if I want to go out, I gotta pay for you.
Well, we're not gonna be able to go out. I'd be able to go out. Where you at? I'm at the movies. Where you at?
Oh, I ain't got the money. Can you give me a
ooh,
they'll get annoying real fast.
Baby, I'll be like, listen, I got
give it a year.
The money I have for you is for you to get back and forth to job interviews at the moment. There's no entertainment. That's just me. And maybe because the way that my finances and like making sure that all of her kids understood the value of money and like the value of hard work. I am very I'm not cheap. I'm what's the word? Frugal. I'm very frugal with my money,
and it is okay to be cheap
because I work really hard.
Please.
No, it's not. It's very tacky to be cheap because you can have all the money in the world and be cheap. It's very tacky. Being cheap is a very tacky skill. Being thrifty is smart. And
how was that tacky? I feel like I'll be if I came into some money, bitch, like that is going in my bank account. I'm getting a child.
You come into some money with?
If I come into some money, I'm gonna keep that money. I'm gonna be Mr. Krabs.
You're gonna keep it. So that means you want to know how to use it. So I hope if you come into some money, find you a financial advisor and they will show you exactly how to use it and multiply it so that you don't just sit on it.
No, I don't want to just sit on it. Yeah, I would try to make more, obviously. But I'm
multiply.
Just saying,
the goal of getting the point is to multiply the green.
The most I would do if I come into some real good money, I would try to I'll build a team for the podcast and see if that eventually will go. Because if you got money, you can make anything grow.
And then you can give your hobosexual boyfriend a job. See, there you go.
You'll get a little stipend too every week. Oh, I cannot wait to do that one day. I cannot wait one day when this podcast takes off. When this podcast takes off, I give you a little check at the end of every week, honey. That's gonna be
stipend that we be at the door like, Darren, I just came to get my $25. My lift's outside. Can I get my little? I don't want to bother you. I know you're counting the money. Speaking of monies, speaking of improving the show and make sure that we get what we need to keep things going up. For those of you, this is our first time actually doing like a live,
and it's fun. I like
doing it the right way, and it's not free. So if you could donate to us, that'd be great.
Please
tell them the thing. Tell them the Cash App and the PayPal.
Hashtag TDGS0. That is hashtag money sign TDGS0 on Cash App. I don't have a PayPal right now, so just Cash App is fine.
Yeah, Cash App us so we can keep doing this.
Yeah, and we'll have a Patreon soon. I just have to figure it out.
Yeah, you're the boss. I'm just supposed to do this. Yeah. Smiling. Okay.
Smile away.
Okay, whatever you want to do.
We got Kings coming up. So yeah, and for the viewers that are watching this live right now, subscribe to the show on YouTube, the Darren Greene Show, and also subscribe to it on iTunes if you're a listener and not a watcher. Because I know it's a different community.
Yep.
Like people love watching videos, but some people love listening. Like it's just a thing. Like I started listening to podcasts. It's crazy. I'm a podcast. I don't listen to podcasts. I only listen to mine. But I have some podcasts of my own that I like to listen to on occasion.
You listen to The Read?
I did at one point. That's like when before I started my podcast, before I manifested this podcast, and I was like, oh my God, I want to be like them so bad. But then I feel like at a certain point, especially when they got on TV, because they're on TV now, they on Fuse or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when a show gets commercialized, and
it changes a little bit. This
is probably going to foretell my show. I promise you, I will not get commercial.
No, he's not going to promise you that. We're going to go wherever the money is. Cheese. He lying. He is lying. As soon as they cut that check, what does the contract say? That's what we mean. Darren, what does that? You better do what that contract says.
Do what that damn contract says.
Do what the contract. Unless you want to be back on campus doing this, you want to be in your basement doing this.
Child, I do. All right. No, honey.
All right. Exactly. We're gonna do what the contract says.
But like, yeah, when a show gets commercialized, it's just entertainment. it just goes. I mean, maybe their show still is good. Like I haven't been listening to their episodes lately, but I know I watched the B. Scott show. I loved watching that show, listening to the show actually, but eventually, like them ads, honey, I'm like, damn, I get it. You know, it's hard times out here. You gotta put them pre-roll ads, you gotta put the mid-roll ads, you know what I'm saying?
Because those are the people paying for the show,
girl.
But they're the ones paying for the show.
You
know, and that's
maybe no different than YouTube, but
well, yeah.
And I think you can on a podcast, you can skip an ad.
Right. It's gonna happen though, and I'm gonna be so excited for you.
Yeah.
You gonna
get emotional?
You know I get emotional. I'm an emotional bitch. Okay. I don't mind crying because God is good.
God is good.
And I feel like when you get to a space where you can speak things into the atmosphere, expect them to happen, and you know that you're moving your way, moving your feet, moving your hands, moving your heart in that direction to manifest that thing, it's gonna happen. That's why when you start saying things about what you want to happen in the future, I'm like, it's gonna happen. If that's what you want, then let's do it. What's gonna stop you from doing that? There's anything that you can think of that can be an obstacle is something that can be overcome. So it's like, well, this may happen, but when it happens, we're gonna overcome it and still and then get to where we're going.
Right.
So, and that's exciting to me now. I feel like I've had so many moments like that in my life where I had to look back and like, dang, I remember when I said this or I thought this, and it happened. It took a lot of shit to get there.
No, and that's literally how I was senior year when I wanted to start a podcast and I did not know how to do it. And then I was like, oh my goodness, I was looking at all these shows, and I was, like I said, at that point I was listening to the read and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, I cannot wait for that to be me. Then it finally happened, and it's just like, then it's like, oh my goodness, yeah. Then it came to fruition. Now we're at episode 92. We're on 100 episodes.
So what do we got to talk about that?
What do we want to do? I had plans to try to get everybody that was ever involved in this show, far as
reach out to them so they can call in.
They can call in and
give us our congratulations. You know, like, so want to do your videos. We need your video. They're gonna send the video in. We can do the video and we can drop that on YouTube and Instagram.
Right.
Audio from the video.
Oh, production.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll think about it. I may even order a cake or something.
Ooh. Or have like a little TDGS party.
A virtual party?
Oh, not a virtual.
Because Rona is still real out here.
You said Rona is still real out here, honey.
I'll be here like, how y'all do? Oh, these are old guests.
How y'all doing? Ooh, girl. Honey.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Good to see you.
Over there,
honey. 6 feet, bitch.
Period.
I said 6 feet, bitch.
But yeah, 100 episodes. Wow,
100 episodes.
I may interview you on that day.
You gonna interview me?
We would like to work. I'm Prince Derek Dahl. Welcome to the Darren Greene Show. Today we have a very special guest, Darren Greene. Wow, look at you. Wow.
How do you feel after 100 episodes?
It's like 100 years, ain't it?
Yes, child. Oh my.
100 episodes is good. And then you're gonna get to 200, and then like you're gonna wake up one day, it's like, this is my 500th episode.
I'm like, what's going on?
We'll be a Sirius XM by then. Shout
out to Sirius XM, honey. Our Pandora listeners love us, honey. Yes. Thank you so much. Yes.
For real. I'm looking at Sirius. They doing a pitch. They're I'm always looking for stuff. So we'll talk about that too.
We'll definitely talk about that. Yes, honey. Yes. Come on, series.
We're coming for all the things.
All the things.
And we need your help, guys. So please make sure that you donate. I know that you guys have donated all you can to these political campaigns for these people that's probably going to suck you dry and not do anything that they say they're going to do. But I mean, just a little bit helps. If you just donate $5 to our campaign at $TDGS0. Again, that's $TDGS0. We're going to add that into the caption for the lives. We appreciate it. Every little bit helps,
Yeah, every little bit helps.
It goes into getting new software. It goes into more equipment. I just got my my travel mic.
Oh, hey.
The one I was using for the thing, right? And so when I go to Miami next month, I'll be able to still do the show.
Yeah, you'll do it through here. It'll be virtually. Yeah.
Through my hotel room. Yes. Yeah. See what we're doing?
Yeah.
We need y'all. We're trying
to elevate.
Yes.
2020
is going to be as great as we say it's going to be. I've decided that.
And 2021 will be even greater.
I will say 2020 has taught me to just be reasonable and realistic. I don't want to
Not really.
I don't want to go into 2021 and be like, this is gonna be the best year ever. And then boom. Half the country blow up. And we just stuck, right. Just zombies and crackheads everywhere.
Child, we're gonna be
shout out to all the, you know, we those of you struggling with addictions, you know, we pray that you seek help and that we are supportive of you. So when I say crackheads, I just meant people who do crack.
Oh. Ooh, buddy.
We canceled yet?
We ain't never gonna get canceled. We always gonna not a
you got the horn. We gotta see. We need to drop $5 so we can buy the horn sound.
Buy the horn sound. All right.
Damn, it costs a lot to do a podcast. I remember I used to do a podcast with my laptop. And
podcast used to be.
And this was my podcast. My podcast was these and my laptop and Audacity, the free Audacity mixer.
Oh, I fucking hate Audacity. When I tell you, and some of them old podcast episodes, you already know because that's what you were using. I hate Audacity like for real. Like that shit used to it was free. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, look,
well, if you get the quality.
If you're trying to do a podcast, I'm telling you, get Audacity because let me tell you something. Fucking Adobe will suck you dry. When I tell you when they want their money, they're like, oh bitch, you didn't pay. I try to close that little thing, they close the whole thing. Damn. Adobe don't play.
Wow.
Yeah. So like if you're trying to get into podcasting, look, Audacity is a good installment for now. But once you start, getting some money, I definitely suggest you get Adobe. Don't get Pro Tools. Pro Tools, it's industry standard. And I say that on my resume every time I'm trying to get to a radio. I know how to use Pro Tools, but that's not my preferred. It's not my preferred thing. It's stupid. Like so much you gotta do. You don't even press record. Like you have to press two things. I'm like, girl, y'all trying to be like the original way of recording sound.
Right.
Yeah, we had to play the thing so it can move and then press the. I'm like, girl, get out of here. Anyway, I
guess right. Well, the moral of the story is if you're gonna date somebody who is financially unstable and don't have no money, we use podcasts that you can, so just don't do it. Let poor people date poor people. That's what I decided to say. And if you don't want to be poor, date up. And if you're gonna date up, make sure you have some ambition that can at least get you to the level of your partner, so that if anything happens to them and they have to depend on you, be able to pull your weight.
All right. That was a good convo. Hope you've enjoyed the dog talk. Hope you've enjoyed the hot topics. This is it.
I'm Prince Derek Doll.
And I'm Darren Greene, and you were listening. You were just watching Darren Greene's. Girl, I done fucked this shit.
You were listening and watching.
You were listening and watching because you know how to incorporate the live. You were just listening to the Darren Greene Show. Hope you enjoyed the convo. See you next week. If you like what you heard, please hit that subscribe button and give us a 5-star rating. As always, enjoy the convo. Right. Okay, bye, y'all. We on live, but